students, welcome to the online lecture of Computer Integrated Manufacturing in Automobile Industry. I am Milan Trivedi, Assistant Professor at LG Institute of Engineering and Technology. We are actually learning about chapter number 2, that is NC CNC machine tools, in which specifically we are discussing about the part programming. Up till now we had already discussed about the part programming of a lathe machine. In today's lecture we are going to start with the part programming of milling machine. But in order to understand that, we first of all need to understand the different axis designation of the milling machine. So let's begin with that. The basic fundamentals will remain common in the case of lathe as well as milling machine. We had already understood that we can find out the axis with the help of right and thumb rule, right? With the help of right and thumb rule, we need to designate the different axes to the different fingers. See, for example, the thumb is indicating Z axis, the index finger is indicating Y axis, and the middle finger is indicating X axis. Then we need to point Z axis towards the spindle direction. So if we shift the Z axis towards the spindle direction, then we can find out the axis direction of X and Y. So naturally the X and Y path will get cleared when we look at the Z axis. The same is shown over here, right? We are having these three basic axes. The spindle is being shown as a Z axis, and the work table which will be moving is along the X and Y path. The next thing we need to understand is the tool compensations. This topic was not there in the case of lathe machine, but in the milling machine we need to have the different tool compensations. So let us understand the concept of that tool compensation. Basically, if this is our object, right, then we physically touch the tool surface to this top surface of the workpiece, and we set that position as Z0 position, right? But what if happens that if we change the tool, right? If we change the tool, let's say the second number tool came into operation, then obviously that tool will understand the 0 position as this surface only, right? And then you give any input, then what will happen is the tool height is actually less as compared to the number 1, so it will be traveling along the air path only. It will not try to cut the object even, right, because of the height difference of the tool, right? If we take a tool more shorter than first two cases, then again the same thing will happen, right? We had set 0 position as per the first tool, right? So naturally the 0 position which is set as per the first tool, the same data will be conceived by the tool number 2 and tool number 3. So as per that, whenever you change the tool and you give any command related to X, Y and Z, it will be taken from these reference position only. This gap which is remaining, that data we need to feed to the controller, right? Say for example, if we are setting 0, 0 position with the help of tool number 1, then we are setting that height of tool number 1 is 0. Then this difference of tool 2, that height 2 we need to mention somewhere in the controller. For the third tool, if the height is say for H3, then also that data is required to be fed to the controller. So what will happen is, if you are using say for first number tool and you are setting 0, 0 position, it will touch the surface, then you are changing the tool and you are giving this tool length compensation command along with that height if you are mentioning, then the tool will automatically set at 0 position. It will come downward and it will touch the top surface of the workpiece when you give that particular command, right? Same way, if the third tool height is still less, then also if you are giving this tool length compensation command, then it will touch the surface of the workpiece, right? So it is required to give this tool length compensation in the case of milling machine, as the different tool length varies. One more data we need to input is about the tool radius compensation, right? Talking about milling, whenever we are doing the surface operation, right? Again, whenever we are doing any surface milling operation with the help of end milling cutter, then there arise actually two different cases. That is, either we are machining at the outer surface or we are machining towards the inner surface of the workpiece. Right now, as shown in this particular figure, if with the help of this tool we are machining towards outer side of the workpiece, right, then we need to give this G42 command. What we need to mention in this is what is the radius of this particular tool which we are using, right? Because the 0 position will get deferred as per the different radius of the tool. right? So for that we are giving this particular command. If it is we are machining towards outer surface of the machine, then with the help of G42 command we need to mention what is the radius of that particular tool. And in the second case, if we are machining at the inside path of the object as shown in this particular figure, right, if tool is moving at the inside edges of the particular workpiece, then we need to give G41 command, and along with that we need to mention the radius of that particular tool. Now almost the programming part, that is logic part, will remain common in the case of lathe and milling both, right? But as we are having this three basic axes in operation of milling machine, we need to remember some more different G codes, right? So G17 we need to additionally remove, that is used for XY plane, in which plane particularly our machine is working. Normally in our syllabus we are working on XY plane only, that's why we just need to remember G17 code, right? If a milling machine is having a multi-axis provision so that it can cut even in XZ direction, then we can mention X18 command, right? If we are working in a YZ plane, then we need to mention G19 command. This cutter radius compensation, whenever you are cancelling that, then we need to mention G40. And as I told right now also, that whenever we are machining on the left, we need to give G41. When it machining on right, means outer surface, then we need to give G42. And in order to cut this or cancel this particular offsets, different length offsets, we need to give G40 command in order to cancel this cutter radius compensation. And in order to set the tool length compensation, we need to give this G43 command. Now let us take one example of part programming of a milling machine. We are having this part drawing with us. This object is required to be done in the milling machine. What will be the program that has been asked? Along with that, they had also mentioned this thickness of the workpiece, up to what depth you need to do the milling operation, as well as the feed and spindle data is with us. We had just made the 3D model, so you will get the better idea that this will be the final object, but the raw material would be appeared like this, right? So let us understand how does that solution begins. In the first line, we need to mention G17, which actually means that the workpiece is in a XY plane. The work table is along the XY plane. Only in that axis we need to work. In second command, we are giving G71, which is literally meaning that the dimensions which we are going to give is in a mm format. Then this G40 command, which is used for the cutter radius compensation. G42, just as in the case of this, we are doing machining on the right side outer surface, that's why we are giving this G42. G94, that is for the unit of feed. Feed has been mentioned in mm per minute, that's why we are writing it as G94. Then G28 U0 V0 W0 will send the tool to its home position. With the help of M06 T01 01, it will change the tool and keep 1 mm offset. G43 command is a tool height compensation. In this case, we are just using only one tool, that's why this code doesn't actually means, this is just for your understanding, but whenever we are changing the tool, we need to mention this height every time, and that height data we are actually giving physically to the controller, right? So here we just need to mention in the command that G43 H01, so it will set the height of first number tool, and as the reference tool it will touch the top surface of the workpiece, right? Then we are sending to the 00 position, x0 y0 z0. Then we will start the particular machining operation. See, as you see over here, that this entire path is actually a linear path. We are not having any curvature in between. So machining of this entire operation requires only one G code, that is G01, right? With the help of G01, x20, y20, z0, what will happen is, this is a workpiece, right? From this particular point, the tool will reach at this particular edge, and by giving in next command z minus 20, what happen will be, tool will be linearly inserted inside the workpiece, right? That's why we are mentioning as z minus 20. Then as per the dimensions from this reference point, we need to move the tool. So from this point, this direction is x 120, 20 plus 100, this 120, and y is 20. So that address we had given, and the thickness we need to keep is 20 mm. That's why the z dimension is minus 20, right? Feed and speed data is as per given in the problem, and tool number 1 we are taking for the cutting operation. So in the same way we need to move linearly by using this same command G01. The next destination is x160 and the y60. Another destination will be x160, y140. This spot is x110, y190, then x70, y190. Same way x20, y140. Here x20, y20, and again once this entire operation has been done, we are sending the tool to its, say, for starting position, that is x20, y20, z0. So what will happen is tool is still inserted inside the workpiece. With this command the tool will come out, then we are sending it to its home position with the help of G28, U0, V0, W0 command. We are stopping the spindle with the help of M05 command. In the next line, with the help of M09, we are stopping the coolant flow. M02 is to suggest that the program has been end, and M30 suggests the end of day. So this will be the way to write the particular part program of a milling machine. That's all for the today's lecture, and then thanks for watching.